Hi, I'm Angel from Mother Lode Mama, and today we're going to talk about how my family does cloth diapering. Let's get into it. We give ourselves grace. I think that's very important. It's a noble thing to want to cloth diaper. You save money, you save the environment, it's good for your baby's health, you know, it doesn't have all those chemicals that the disposable ones do. But sometimes there are days where we just can't deal with it. We just can't deal with it, or we have a babysitter who just can't deal with it. And then at night, he's more likely to leak with cloth diapers, so to make it through a whole night, we use disposables. So we do supplement with disposables. And at the end of the day, even though we're not using cloth diapers 24/7, we're still using them half of the time at least, if not 3/4 of the time. And therefore, it still saves us time. Well, I don't know about time. It still saves us money and is hopefully having a more positive impact on the environment. So this one may not be for everyone, especially if you're a clean freak, but most articles that I've read recommend that you wash the cloth diapers 3 times. First time, you wash them with water to remove excess debris. The second time, you're supposed to wash them with detergent. And then the third time, you again wash them only with water so that your baby isn't exposed to chemicals. I don't do that. I don't. I used to. When I first started cloth diapering, I did that, and it was too much. It was too much, and fitting 2 cycles in versus 3 cycles was a lot easier to do with my routine. So what I do now is I take the diapers at night. You know, after I remove all the inserts, I put them all into the washing machine. I then put in a scoopful of Oxy Clean white, as you can see, and sometimes a little bit of vinegar, white vinegar, because, you know, it's good for smells and mildew, things like that, especially if they've been sitting there a little longer than they should. And I put it on hot or sanitized, just depending on how I'm feeling that day, and I press start and go to bed. So I do that right before I go to bed. And then in the morning, before I get my coffee, I start it again and just rinse out those chemicals. So just a water only regular wash. And then they go in the dryer before the kids, well, I only have 1 kid right now. The other one's still in my tummy. Before my son gets up. And then they're ready to go and ready to be put away during his nap. So I congratulate you, and I look up to you if you're able to do 3 loads for one set of diapers, but I just can't do it. So I do 2. And on days when I am really struggling for time or energy, I'm not gonna lie, there have been times where I've only done 1. And I just throw them in with the Oxy Clean and the vinegar, and I do just an extra long wash so that they get rinsed a couple times. At least that's my logic. And then I throw them in the dryer and it's okay. So again, give yourself some grace and just get them clean. The important thing is that they're clean. So I mentioned the OxyClean with the last tip. Now, I use this instead of regular detergent because it really gets out those stains, and I have never had a problem with residual stains or smells after using this product. I use it for other things like mama cloths as well, and it tends to make things like new. Whereas I haven't noticed the same results with regular detergent. And I don't know, it's just nice to open up your diaper and have it be white. Now, maybe some of you have better luck with your liquid detergents, but I also don't like to buy the liquid detergent because it's more expensive than making your own little powdered detergent recipe, which I do. So that's why I use the OxyClean. It just gets the job done. I can count on it, and I don't have to do multiple washes to get the same results that I would with our regular laundry detergent. Buy enough diapers to last you several days. So I know it's recommended to wash them every 2 to 3 days. However, we have enough diapers where we could go 5 days, probably a week without washing them. Granted, we are supplementing with disposables, so keep that in mind, but there are some weeks where you just don't have time. You just don't have time. Everything is a mess. Everything's going wrong. And you don't get around to cleaning those reusable diapers. And when you don't get around to washing them, you can't use them again. You don't want to put a dirty diaper back on baby's butt. That's not okay. So what do? You use the disposables. You break out a new pack, you go to the store, you buy another pack, and then the whole point of having reusables is out the window. So buy enough to get you through those busy times, those long stretches where you just don't have enough energy or enough time to wash them. And you'll save more money. It is a little more investment at the get-go when you are creating your stash, but then you're good to go. So that's my suggestion. We bought only one type of diaper. So there are lots of different types of reusable diapers. And I did my research before we bought them and before we started using them. And instead of buying several different types, I picked one that I was pretty sure that I would like, and I stuck to it. And the reason why I say that is because if you have a spouse who's skeptical about the whole reusable diaper thing, or a babysitter, or even if you're just like me, and some of this mom stuff is a steep learning curve for you, especially at the beginning, tackling one type of diaper, learning how to use one type of diaper was a lot less intimidating than buying 3 different types and then having to switch between types. Some of them have built-in inserts, some of them don't. Maybe the inserts for one don't fit into the inserts for the other. So you have parts that get mixed up. So I would just suggest picking one type of diaper, learning that diaper. If you don't like it, then maybe you can expand your collection, but start with one type, do your research, and go from there. So this is the type of diaper we chose. It is the pocket diaper. It's got a little dinosaur on it, it's so cute. So the reason why I like this one is because it grows with your baby. It does not require any extra pins or clips. It has the little snaps built in. You can change the size based on how big your child is. And then you open it, and the insert is actually inside this pocket here. So you see that, and you just pull out the insert, and there you go. So I like this one because if you have to lay the insert directly inside, they can fall out, they can move around. The pocket keeps it nice and secure. You can double up the number of inserts or triple up the number of inserts you want to put on the inside, and it still is very effective. And we've just had no complaints about it. No complaints. They're easy to use, easy to wash. To wash them, you just pull out that insert and you throw both the insert and the diaper into the wash. Just pulling it out makes it better, easier to clean in the washer. So I highly suggest this. I have no complaints about it, and yeah, but stick to one type of diaper and it'll make your life easier. At least it did for me. Depending on what type of diaper you buy, they will often come with certain types of inserts. The inserts that our pocket diapers came with are the thin microfiber inserts. These are great for newborns because you change them fairly frequently, and the volume of waste is not quite as much as it would be as when they're 1 year old, when they're a toddler. So you can kind of get away with using one of those inserts per diaper when they're a newborn. As they grow, however, that's not the case. So my son is 1 year old now, and now that he's 1, I find that one of those microfiber inserts is not enough. We tend to have leakage when we only use one. Using 2 tends to be okay as long as you change them regularly. So having to deal with multiple inserts can be annoying sometimes, and they're just harder to get all of them into the pocket diaper sometimes. So what we did is we invested in some thicker liners. So these are actually bamboo, I believe, and I can leave the link down below. It's not an affiliate link or anything. It's just what I genuinely bought. And I can get away with using only one of these thicker liners with my 1 year old compared to having to use multiple of the microfiber. Now, keep in mind that some kids have sensitivities to certain fabrics. So some babies don't tend to they get irritated by the microfiber cloths. However, with the pocket diaper, you do have this layer of fabric between the insert and your baby's skin. So we haven't had any issues with it, but keep that in mind if your baby is sensitive, and just try a couple things out. But it's a lot easier to just wash one insert and have to stuff it with one insert when they're clean than it is to deal with multiple inserts. Have separate hampers for your cloth diapers, especially if you can't wash them every day. So we made the mistake of taking the dirty diapers and putting them in the regular hamper with the baby clothes when we first started cloth diapering. Well, if you don't wash it every day, the material of the cloth diaper has been soaking up your child's waste all day. And therefore, when you put it in a pile of other articles of clothing and fabrics, it tends to make the other items wet, and the waste tends to seep into the other items. This isn't as much of a problem with number 2 as it is number 1, but nobody likes, urine soaked clothing. And then it makes it harder to wash the other clothing that you have. You might want to wash them multiple times rather than just one regular wash, and maybe make it a sanitizing wash or a hot wash. So if you have a separate hamper for these, then you're not going to have that problem, and you won't have to wash the clothes multiple times as well as the diapers, and it just keeps everything cleaner and more organized. So we keep little Dollar Tree organizational baskets in the bathroom, in the baby's room, really anywhere where we change diapers. So that way that's just ready to go. You just pop it into that white basket. It's plastic, so it won't seep into the carpet or anything. It keeps it contained. and you don't have to worry about contaminating or having to clean up the area around the basket or clothing that might have been exposed to the diapers. So have separate hampers. It'll save you some time. I know, I wish I had done that. So something that no one told me when I first started cloth diapering is that it is not 100% reusable. It can be. You can just use the cloth diapers and the cloth inserts, wash those, and be done with it. However, when your baby starts eating solids and starts having solid number 2s, the situation of cleaning the diapers just gets more difficult, or at least, you know, more unpleasant. So one way to deal with that issue when your baby starts eating solids is to get these liners. So when I first started diapering, I assumed that all you needed were the diapers, but having these liners has been a lifesaver. So you just take one sheet. They're made out of bamboo. You can get them off of Amazon. And then when you take your pocket diaper, before you put it on your baby, you just put it on the inside of the diaper, between the diaper and your baby, and then you put it on your child. And by doing this, then when you go to change the diaper, that solid waste gets captured in the liner, and then you can just throw the liner away, and you don't have to worry about thoroughly separating the solids from your diaper before you put it into the hamper. So with my son, we're able to just throw away this liner and then immediately put the diaper into the hamper. I don't worry about rinsing it before we put it into the hamper. You do need to separate the insert and the diaper, the cloth insert from the diaper, before you put them in the washing machine. But yeah, there's no extra step of having to rinse the diaper, you know, in the sink or the tub to get rid of the solid waste before you have to put them in the washing machine, because this already separated it for you. So I highly suggest that. Thanks for watching. Good luck on your cloth diapering journey and being a mom in general. It's tough.